Um, I'd like to use this opportunity to make a point that is very, very important to me. People need to understand that the rabbit holes you find online are there for a purpose. And you have to question the genesis of this information because there is a political effort in this country to push crazy conspiracy theories so that conservatives look like lunatics. And it's being started by groups and elements on the left
That also sounds
in
like
the
a
media.
conspiracy
Well,
theory.
I didn't say all conspiracy
Okay.
theories weren't true.
All
and
right.
this is my conspiracy theory.
This is your conspiracy
Yes.
theory. You're, okay,
well,
you're pushing
I
the
know
con-
this
okay.
is accurate. And you know what? People take the bait. They take the bait every single time, and it distracts them from the real difficulties and problems we have today. We end up talking about who killed Kennedy, and we end up talking about the Bushes, and we end up talking about all these things that should be in the dustbin of history so that we can be distracted about what's actually going on today.
But I mean, when it comes to like, hey, don't go down the rabbit holes and stuff like that, I think it's one of those things where like a lot of things that people thought were conspiracy theories are kind of feeling like they're coming true though. Central bank digital currencies, that's coming true. The idea of a global government, that stuff is coming true based on things like the WHO pandemic treaty is a potential for coming true. Climate change lockdowns coming true. People have always said that that the elites who go to Davos want to dramatically reduce the world's population. You have people like Bill Gates, and you have other people. You have Jane Goodall. You have people on record talking about how vaccines and reproductive health measures and all types of things are going to dramatically reduce.
Why would you
human
listen to Jane Goodall? Do you
Because
know who Jane Goodall is?
I know who Jane Goodall is, but what I'm saying though is that like things that we thought were conspiracy theories are now being openly talked about by people who we've known to become the conspirators. And then you have Klaus Schwab. Sorry, I'm almost done. Then you have Klaus Schwab literally saying we need to create a new world order, and this is openly talked about in these Davos conferences that you can just go on YouTube and listen to. And it used to be that the New World Order was a conspiracy. It used to be that the Bilderberg Group was a conspiracy. A lot of these things that people thought were conspiracies like wound up being true. So I think it's one of those things where don't go too deep. You know, don't believe everything you hear, but you know, not every conspiracy theory is fake.
Do you know how long they've been talking about this big world government thing? Do you know how long?
Well, it takes generations to put this into existence.
Well, it hasn't happened.
Yet.
And
We're a lot closer to having something like that happen now versus 50
bringing
years ago.
Africa into this big world government. Okay, let's see somebody manage to do that, and South America, and the Trashistan, the Kazakhstans and the Uzbekistans and the Ingushetia Russian republics, and try bringing all of them into this big one world government.
What do you think the objectives are for that? What do you think the roadblocks are?
I'm not saying that the effort isn't there.
I think I think these people are really trying to do that. Will they succeed?
It is,
who knows? But it's pretty obvious that these people are trying to do something like this.
Sure, but I just don't see it happening, and I don't see it happening. Whether or not people believe that's what their intent is, they have all kinds of intent, Alex, not just about big world government. They have all kinds of intent, and nothing really comes out of Davos but a bunch of gas.
Nothing used to come out of Davos but a bunch of gas until recently, when it looks like every single local official who's in a liberal city is literally trying to implement the Davos policies front and center, which is also why I go to these city council meetings and openly make fun of them, because the policies out of Davos are absolutely insane if you listen to them.
Because they have the same policies of the guys in Davos, though they would have those policies regardless, because that is the push in this country. There are things that are being pushed by those same people that are not part of Davos.
They have the policies in Davos because the Davos class helps get people with their ideas into power.
If you want to see the real impact of what Davos can do, watch Europe. It'll happen there before it happens here.
Well, of course, yeah. We're going to be the last one. We're going to be the last domino to...
And Europe right now is turning right. One country right after the other. And some of them are very much against the climate change push. Some of them are very much against this cultural revolution that's taking place in this country. And I'm seeing the change. I mean, Spain just elected a conservative government. Well, that hasn't been decided yet, but the conservatives won that election. Hungary, conservative. Italy, Giorgia Meloni,
Meloni, yeah.
conservative. The next president of France is probably going to be Marine Le Pen.
Okay, but that's going to be in 4 years. And what kind of damage could occur in France in those 4 years?
The French will burn themselves to the ground before anything.
I mean,
they do
we
with
already
that
were when we had lunch together that one time. We were talking about the little migrant crisis that it looked like France was turning into an Islamic caliphate based on what I was hearing.